All right, good morning, everybody. Today we're looking at Mott's. Mott's is looking pretty good here, going from about 235 to a high of 514. So we've had quite a bit of range here. It looks like it's hitting consolidation. We're right on that VWAP, so we might see that take off, hopefully. We've got BBAI here going from $1.25 to a high here of $1.81. So again, a pretty good range. It looks a little bit better, not so consolidated here. We are seeing between that VWAP and 200 EMA. We've got Wint here. Not particularly liking the trend here as it's downtrending pretty heavily. But we do have a big range going from 40 cents all the way up to 63 cents, and we could come back. We just need to break through that 200 again, but it looks pretty far as of now. SNTI with a low of $1.30 and a high of almost $2 there. We've got a decent range again. Again, it's slightly downtrending, more or less consolidating. We're right on that 200, which gives me a little bit of hope on open. We might see this start to take off. AXLA is not looking too bad either. We've got lows of about $1.88 and highs of 236, so the range isn't too bad. Again, looks like a little bit of range trading, consolidating. We are below that 200 right now, but that again may pick up a little bit. And AEHL, we don't really have a whole lot of volume right now. We didn't have a whole lot of volume prior, but there was a period here where it was looking okay, so hopefully that picks back up. Uh-oh, we having issues again? Maybe we're having issues again. I don't know. Either way, it's looking okay. We've got a few things to play today, so we'll just wait for market open in 25 seconds. Hopefully these guys can figure it out in 20 seconds or so. Okay, so market's opened. We have Mott's heading down a little bit. Oh, did not mean to click replay. BBAI is heading up, so this will probably be our first trade of the day. BBAI. We're looking probably at $1.60 for entry. I would like to get better. $1.75 and $1.55 stop out. So we're going to give it not too much room here. We basically just want to see it break into a little bit off of this trend. If it does start to do that, we'll exit position. I knew I forgot to set something up. It was the ledger. We're at $1.71 right now. We can take some profits. $1.72. Taking some profits. BBAI $1.72. Okay. Looking good. Looks like it's going to keep going at least a little bit more here. Mott's still heading down. We've got Wint not really doing much. SNTI starting to head up, which is looking good. Broke through that 200, so that's what we want to see on SNTI. Now we're just looking for an entry here around $1.67. Go for $1.80 on it with $1.60, $1.62 stop loss. $1.63. That should be fine. All right, let's see where this will go. BBAI back down. We did hit a high there, 173. Mott's still not doing anything. Wint still not doing anything. So SNTI, BBAI, those are the ones that are looking good right now. AXLA is not doing much. AEHL does look like it might come back a little bit here. We are seeing a little bit of volume. It's looking okay. I'll have to see about that. That's weird. To reinstall Discord. Do we have more than 25 people in here? It looks like we probably do. but we don't have a limit as long as we don't have anyone streaming their camera. Let's see if that works. BBAI back up here. SNTI is looking great, hitting 177, so we can start to take some profits. All right, so profits, SNTI, $1.76. $1.76. About there, 177. You could have gotten up to 178 there. Definitely, I would definitely get that sorted before you decide to trade. I would not be trying to trade while you can't see what's going on. BBAI looks like it's going to continue going, hit $1.74 there. We're getting kind of close to where we want to be on this. We're hoping for $1.75 on it, but it looks like we might be tapping out here at least a little bit. We got lots of wicks, so that's definitely not a great sign. Wint still heading down, AXLA not doing much, AEHL not doing much, and we have S&T hitting that 180 zone that is PT. PT, SNTI. Getting fairly close there to maybe breaking over that 182 support or resistance. So it's not staff perms that are letting others in. All right, so yeah, it sounds like some sort of user error or Discord error. It needs to be either the files are corrupt or it could be because his camera is plugged in, because I think it was his camera yesterday that turned on automatically. So if that's the case, we're already over 25 people, so it would just not let him. So we'll have to see if that works. AXTI went. Let's take a look at that. Or ATXI, sorry. Yeah, it did go pretty hard, eh? We went from 650 to 780, looking pretty good. I'm not sure if it'll continue going up from here. Be a little surprised. We'll have to see. SNTI breaking through that resistance there, 182. So we're at 185. We can take a little bit more. Taking a bit more SNTI, 185. So we're out pretty good. We're out pretty good on that. Mott's curling. We could take a look at Mott's. Like maybe it'll curl. We've seen nothing but red volume though so far, so I'm very inclined to say that that's not going to happen right now. Okay, SNTI still struggling, but it looks like it might try to push back up to that 185. We've got BBAI. We're still hoping for $1.75 on that. I think it'll come here. At what I called out, I got in BBAI 161 and SNTI 168. Can't remember what I called out, but let's see. SNTI was supposed to be 167 and BBAI 160. So I got 1 cent higher on both those. So I didn't get perfect entries or anything, but fairly close, I'd say. I mean, it makes a little bit of a difference with the price range that we're playing. It was probably, 0.25% or something, or maybe a little bit more than that, but that's okay. It wasn't too bad. BBAI, I really thought I got in right at 160, but didn't happen. Didn't happen the way I thought it would. It does look like it's hitting this resistance and bouncing back down, so we might find a new entry around 161. SNTI struggling here. We see lots of wicks, but it might push here. Mott's first green candle so far, so maybe we see something here. There's a possibility. We'll come back to that because it's moving slow. AXLA's dropping. All right, so where are we dropping to here? We're already below most of the support area here, so I think this could potentially just kind of keep dropping. ATXI looks like it wants to actually kind of keep going. Maybe we try an ATXI. I don't really want to miss it. We'll risk it. We'll see, 720-ish. Yeah, we'll try for like a VWAP play, I guess. You know what? I don't want to do that. We're seeing the volume is coming in pretty strong, but it's heading down, so I don't really want to touch that. And MACD's starting to curl down, so I think there's a couple warning signs I need to pay attention to there. I'll just leave it be for now. Still waiting for a re-entry on either SNTI or BBAI. There's these two are both good stocks to get back into. Just need a good entry on it, which could take a little while. ADTX we could take a look at, sure. ADTX is looking pretty good, going from 323 to 368, so the range isn't terrible. It is in a nice uptrend. Yeah, I would say this is looking good. I'd like to get it on maybe VWAP. That might not be completely possible. We might be looking at like a 348 entry if it does come back down. I can get rid of AHL. Maybe we'll try HPCO. This one's also not looking too bad, going from 240 to a high there, 314. So we've got a good range on this one as well, sitting right on VWAP. It does look like it should be coming down though, so we'll leave this one for a second as well. ADTX. So we'll move this up and we'll move that up because those look decent. Again, MOT's still kind of curling down. This could be a bottom here. We're seeing a couple candles not really making a new low yet. So if this one also doesn't make a new low, there's a possibility this will start to move back up. And there's quite a range, so I'm not really too worried about that. ATXI fell below that VWAP, almost straight down to the 20 EMA. SNTI still sitting up too high to get back in. BBAI is looking decent at that 20 EMA. We could potentially look for another entry there, but I'd like to get in a little lower if I can. BBAI. There we go, 161. We're going to go for a 180, then a 155. Stop again. Yeah, we'll just use the same stop. Why not? It worked last time. Sure it'll work this time. It was nice of it to drop down exactly to where I wanted it to go. Now let's hope for a hasty recovery. We don't want this to fall below on that MACD. So we'll have to wait for that, see what happens. ADTX dropped a little bit. It did come down to that 350 area. I wasn't really watching, and now it's back up to almost 370. So ADTX, we're going to want to ADTX probably try for, I guess, 360 now. We might be lucky and get. Probably not, though. Oh, we got pretty close there. We're going to go for 390 and then a 350. I give 345 stop. I don't want to give it too tight of a stop. Okay. That is ADTX. Well, let us see what happens here. Hoping this continues its run. BBAI, nice recovery so far, up to 166, 167. We got 161, so 170 we could look at taking a little bit off. So we'll go taking some profit. BBAI 170-ish. SNTI still struggling, has not broken out of that 185 area yet. ATXI not doing much. We have seen a little bit of profit here. We basically got that 360 entry and then bounced back up to 376. You know, 15, 20 cents profit is pretty good. That's the same we're giving for a stop, so that's the 1-to-1 to take our first profit. Taking some profit on ADTX, 175-ish. There we go, 185. All right, we'll take some here. Nice, like that. That was some good profit right there. BBAI still struggling to hit that 170 area, just about there. 169, 168. SNTI making another push at this resistance line. We'll see what happens with that. ADTX, massive candle up to 385, then a nice drop back down to the 360 zone. ATXI still dropping. Looks like it'll be touching that 20 EMA. This could be the bounce opportunity on ATXI. I'm not entirely convinced on that yet. MOTS makes a new low, continues on its way down. AXLA not doing much. HPCO's also looking like it's pretty well dying here, but this could be a good recovery play. I'm going to take this as a recovery play. I'm jumping in. HPCO 270, maybe 290 should be pretty reasonable, and then a 260. What do we got here for a low? We got 265 as a low, so we'll give it 262 as a stop. We don't want this to break into a new low here. HBCO. If you can get in lower, even better, but, you know, 270 is not the worst area. 268, I'll take it. I'm not moving that stop, even though I got lower than the entry. ADTX still looking okay. SNTI, nice candle, brings it to 187. BBAI 175. That's what we were hoping to see. So let's take some profits. 175. We said 170-ish, but kind of wasn't really watching for that 170. We got all the way up to 175, so that's fine. I'll take profits there. Not going to complain about that. ATXI down very badly here. We're hitting that 380 area on ADTX. ADTX. What am I doing here? What was 185? Oh, SNTI. All right, we need to break out this 385 area on ADTX. It's a couple times we've hit that. BBAI down a little bit. Wow, we hit all the way up to $1.77 there on that candle. I'm sure we'll get 180 on this. SNTI not really moving much past that nice spike there yet anyway. On ADTX, 362. Let's see. Come on, ADTX. I think $4 is around the corner here if we can break past this, but it's might be some heavy resistance here. SNTI holding on that VWAP really nicely right now. BBAI might start to come back down. We did break into a new high, so that's nice. ADTX still looking to break through. Doesn't show. There's a lot of buyers coming in. Okay, we might push past. Yeah, there's a lot of buyers here, so I'm assuming that if we do get past, it'll continue to run. This could be a good bounce opportunity on ATXI as well. HPCO is slow going, but we're kind of getting there. Yeah, I don't know if I want to jump into another play yet. This does look, other than the lack of volume, this is looking good. The volume should pick back up. We should see a run. You know, we should see a run on this, so I think I'm going to do it. ATXI. I'd like to get in a little lower here. I mean, ideally, probably 670. Will that happen? We will have to find out, I guess. 670, we want to stop below this, so we're going to have to go with a 650 stop. We'll go for maybe $7 PT. TXI. ADTX hitting higher highs here, 392. So we didn't quite get that $4 yet, but I feel like we're going to soon. HPCO, I was really hoping for a little bit more of a recovery so far. We're up like a couple cents. I don't really want to cut it though. That's the thing. BBIA coming back down to that 20 EMA. A little bit slightly more of a drop here down to 165. That could be a good chance at a re-entry. I think I'm going to take that. Well, yeah. We bounced last time on the MACD. I'm anticipating we're going to do the same. So BBAI, 164. Going to go for that 180 again. And a 1, let's see, if we don't want to drop past this new low here, so we'll say 161 stop. That makes sense to me. We can get rid of this. All right, that is BBAI. Nice recovery back up to 169 just that quickly. ATXI gave us a 672 at the lowest. Looks like it should recover here, so I'm jumping in on that. AXLA is not doing anything. We could probably close down that chart and Wint because neither of those look good right now. MOTS probably still has an opportunity to come back, so we'll leave that open for now. We did hit a high of 275 on HPCO here. It did take a nasty fall back down to the 265 area. ADTX running past. We're almost at the $4 mark now. We could probably look at taking some more profits here. Taking some more profits. ADTX close to 4. Okay. We have HPCO dropping down still. ATXI, nice recovery, 688. Not really a ton in profits here yet, so I'm going to keep holding. I don't really... We should take a little bit of profit. Taking a little profit on ATXI. 690-ish. It's not a lot of profit, like 10, 15 cents maybe, but I want to secure something. BBAI, nice recovery up to that 174 area. That's 10 cents profit. We can look at taking profit there. BBAI 174-ish. Oh, not 187, 174-ish. Okay. SNTI is still looking okay. We haven't gotten another good entry on SNTI. It's very slight uptrend, so we're just holding on. ADTX getting close to that $4. We're stopping out on HPCO. We should have cut it. That's okay though. Okay. ATXI with a massive, massive drop. It is a good thing we secured some profit there. Because that is well below our stop. That's for sure. 650 was the stop there. So yeah, we're definitely past it. Just sometimes you get that feeling. I got the feeling with HPCO, ignored it. Got the feeling with ATXI, listened to it. You have quite the spread on ATXI. Yeah, I'm sure now definitely it has a huge spread. This could be a good recovery play too, but yeah, the spread on it's pretty bad. Yeah, ATXI, nice knife there. I don't know if that'll be coming back. Wow, it's like, yeah, it's all over the place. Not a lot of volume either, so I'm going to stay out of that. SNTI breaks into a new high. We're hitting 190 area, so we could think about taking some more profits around that area. We shall have to see. SNTI 189 all the way back down to 183. I would like to maybe hold this for $2 for the remainder. We might get $2 out of it. I know that's like very, very far off, but might get there. Unless we get a better entry. If we get a better entry, we'll cut the first trade sooner, but I mean, at this point, better entry is looking like... I don't know what a better entry is going to look like on this, to be honest. Because if we're waiting for, you know, a VWAP bounce or 20 EMA bounce, we'd kind of be breaking trend at that point, so that doesn't necessarily make it a good entry. ATXI, it's coming back. It would have been a good recovery, but yeah, we've still got a pretty decent spread on it, and it's not honestly really worth a whole lot right now. Moth's not doing anything at all. I'm gonna actually close down this PYPD. We got a couple other things we could take a look at. No, I don't like that. There's EPAC. Yeah, no, don't like that either. AXLA. A lot of stocks with X in it today. X4. Nope. QTech. No, thank you. Okay, so we'll leave this with what we currently have. I'll open back up on the lots. Just because these candles look really crappy, but there's a range in them, so it's not the worst. We just want to see this start to uptrend is the thing. SNTI getting close to that 39 or 190 level again. BBAI still hoping to get a little more out of that BBAI trade. We're at 174 averaging right now. I'd like to get at least 180 out of it, so hopefully on the next pull we get it. Good morning. Yep. SNTI, yep. HKD, we could take a look at it. I don't think we'll play HKD, but I'll take a look at it. Yeah, it's $55, way too expensive. Good range though. Pretty good range for a stock that big, but that's something that's been volatile for a while, so it's to be expected. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the other thing about shorting that kind of makes it hard. Like, you can find lots of good shorting opportunities, but it doesn't mean that there's going to be shares available to short, which kind of sucks. That's why it's almost better to find a broker that's like really good with short locates, because most of them operate the same on the front, but the shorts are the hard thing, right? Beats moving. Oh. Okay, let's see. We've got a 325 to a 360 range. That's not bad. Candles look okay. It's a little bit of gapping, but not too bad. It's true, we did miss out yesterday. Wait for a slight pullback. Maybe we'll take an entry. HPCO is kind of literally bouncing right off our stop. How annoying is that? We're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trades. We're usually like done by now. That's pretty slow today. I think there's lots of good opportunities today. They're just taking some time to unfold. SNTI actually gave us a half decent looking opportunity here around $1.80, so we should probably think about taking it. SNTI $1.80, go for $2 and $1.70. $1.75 is actually plenty of room, so we'll go $1.75 stop. Okay. BBAI is still struggling here. Reaching the $1.75 area. ADTX, nice bounce off that 200 in VWAP, or 20 in VWAP. Almost back up to that 390 area. Still hoping for that push to $4 on this. SNTI 185. Got MOTS here not doing anything. Beat still slowly chugging away. ATXI, man, it would have been such a good recovery play. Basically 640 to a high there of just about $7. HPCO bouncing right off our stop. So salty. So many salty things happening. But that's okay. So we got a 182 on SNTI. That's not bad for an entry. BBAI is still kind of struggling. Not really going higher. Not really doing much of anything, to be honest. But we are still in a slight uptrend. We're not breaking into new lows or anything. So we're still chugging along with that. HPCO needs a little bit more volume, and I would think that that could be a good trade. ATXI up pretty good here, almost $7. SNTI looking good, 187. Almost at 190. If we hit 192, we could probably think about taking some profits. 188. Lots of sellers coming in. I'm seeing a lot of sellers coming in, so I'm going to go ahead and take profits where I can. $188, $189, whatever you get. Didn't like that wall of sellers there. On SNTI, 182. This one I limit bought into. There's the 189 if you were waiting for it. I took it 188, so I'm not going to take it 189. 190, getting pretty far up here now. Okay, we're seeing a little bit of selling pressure, but not a lot. More buying pressure than anything, 193. I'll average up here a couple more cents, 5 more cents or so. Taking more profits, SNTI 195-ish. I don't know if we'll quite get 195, but you know, around that area, just average up. ATXI and it's now green. Ah, held from where? Our original trade? That's nuts. What was our original trade? 670. Okay, that's not too bad, I guess. I mean, like, pretty scary drop to 640 and still holding. Definitely, one day that'll bite you in the ass. One day. ADTX looking like it's starting to give up here. SNTI still holding around that 193 area. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, like it's a bad habit to get into, but when it does happen and it does bite you in the ass, it's one of those things you're like, yeah, okay, I'm not even mad because, you know, I knew this was coming. Let's see here. We've got BBAI looking like it bottomed out again, 165. We could look at this as an entry, but we are breaking bearish on this MACD for the first time, so I'm gonna wait it out a little bit here. And still be salty. Yeah, I feel that. Come on, SNTI, hit 195 at least, if not $2. Look at that, ATXI almost at $7. We crossed $7 on it. Nuts. Absolutely nuts. Beat still slowly chugging along. So we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 trades. I don't want to do another tops yesterday, man. I don't want to take a bad trade, stop out, and then miss a really, really good trade. So I'm kind of trying to be a little more careful with it. Yeah, I can try and mention that. Come on, ADTX. Show some signs of a reversal here. SNTI down pretty good here. Hit 185. BBAI, yeah. You know what? Good recovery. I'm going to try jumping in on BBAI here. BBAI, probably 168, 190, and then a 160. Honestly, a 163 is probably good. BBAI. Gonna jump in here at 170. I'm not sure I'll get 168 out of it. ADTX is maybe reversing here. Moss just continues to drop. It's at the 200 now, so that's something. We might see something out of this. I mean, we did see it go from almost $5 down to just about $3, so it's lost almost everything it's gained today. Well, not entirely true. We're still a good dollar off from that, but we'll see. Nice bounce on ADTX, it looks like. Oh, this looks like a good opportunity. I'm going to jump in on ADTX as well. ADTX 365, maybe even lower. We'll try for 360. $4 PT, and then a 345 stop. Do we have any areas of support here? 350, yeah. We'll go for 345 support. Okay, so we're looking at getting in here around 360. ADTX. Will it fall more, though? Looks like it's struggling. Oh, we saw a little bit there, 358. I tried, still got higher than 358, unfortunately. SNTI currently dropping pretty hard. Another good looking opportunity here. Did hit that 193 level twice. But now I don't have any more trades, but I might still make the call on this if it touches that VWAP and looks like it might bounce. Actually, you know what? This is still looking pretty good. It's a little more volatile. We'll have to see. BBAI looking okay there. Moved its way up to $1.72. Back down to $1.69. They're expensive, yeah. Yeah, I bet they are. Yeah. This thing looks like it's basically just giving it all back, so gonna pay a pretty good premium for those shorts. ATXI, not too bad. Nothing fantastic there, though. All right, good recovery start on ADTX here. Up to 375. That's actually fairly decent profit. Losing on your spreads. What's the price on, like, what did I get in at? 359. So I got pretty close to the bottom there. I think it hit 358. Yeah, 358. Tried at 358. I got filled at 359, which is something I can't really complain about. Still a cent lower than where I was intending to get in originally, so. Profit, ADTX, 375. We still might get somewhere with that. BBAI still kind of struggling. It looks like it's consolidating pretty nicely. SNTI all the way up to $2. So we're going to close out our runner there on that because that's what we were hoping for was the $2. Taking profits. SNTI 20, I guess 205-ish if we can. Leave a tiny bit in there, hopefully. We can maybe see this up to like 210 or something. That would be nice. I don't know if that'll happen, but I'm willing to risk it. ADTX still recovering nicely. A little bit of pressure here, which is not what we want to see. Not a resistance line like that, but we'll see what happens. SNTI 203 currently. BBAI not really moving. Oh, I just moved that stop. What was our stop on BBAI? 165? 163. There we go. All right. 204 hit 209. Looks like it worked. We might actually get that 210. ADTX really struggling here, starting to make me worry, but we took some profits, so I'm not 100% worried. PYPD, I looked at that a little bit earlier, but I'll take a look at it again. Yeah, no volume. It's pretty sporadic. Price action's not really there either, so I'm not really interested in playing this one too much, and the range isn't like great on it. It's okay. I mean, you can still make an okay profit on it if you bounced off VWAP here 129 and took it to like 135 or something, but not the best. Definitely not the best. Back down to 203. Looks like it might pick it back up here. ADTX still struggling. BBIA, wow, that knife though. Again, stopping out, didn't get a chance to take any profits there. Yeah, bye-bye. No kidding. Could be a decent recovery if it hits that 200 EMA. That could be an option. We had like two opposite things happen. This trade, straight down. SNTI, straight up. So weird. ADTX finally breaking through that resistance. That's what we were hoping to see. So it's been a choppy week. Time to go into trader rehab then. You might need to move over to a paper account for a little while until you start having more consistent success and then go back to a live account. It's the best way to save yourself the pain. Everybody does it. Yep. Everybody's been there. You could see things winning all day and still somehow take losing trades on everything. Yep. 385 on ADTX. Where did we take profits? 365 or 375. So yeah, 385 is looking pretty good for some more profits here. Another 10 cents. Taking more profits. ADTX 385. Oh, not 395, 385. Paper use so much richer. Yeah, no kidding. Oh man, I do that on futures all the time. I'll blow an account and I'll be like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna relax. I'm gonna go on the sim. I'm just gonna take trades with just like 100% confidence. I'm not even gonna worry about like the profit and loss, just straight confidence. And it always like I blew two accounts and then I made $9,000 on sim using the same contract sizes. So I was like, man, could be so much better off with futures if I just relaxed a little bit on the trades, I think. 0 wins, 2 losses. Yeah, yeah, that happens. It's been not a great week. That's definitely for sure. I think we had one good day this week where things really ran. I think most people ended up green that day. It does give you invincibility. Yeah, I feel that. You kind of have to you have to kind of treat it like a real account though for it to really benefit you. Like if you treat it as if it's fake money, then it doesn't really give you the benefit because the second you switch back to real money, you're going to have the same issues. So you have to kind of pretend, I guess, that it's like a real account. And I was about to mention evals too. That's a good it's a good middle ground because there is something on the line. You did put money on the table for it. It's not a lot, so it's not like, you're not crying that you just lost 2,500 bucks or something, but it does have some meat in the game. So, and there's benefit to you actually passing it, right? So that's another thing where the straight sim account doesn't matter if it goes up or down, not really, other than like the bragging rights of having a sim account that's green, I guess. Always win more paper than real money. Yeah. So with that kind of stuff, it could be a couple things. One, it could be your fills. Two, it could be, your confidence. Could be stuff like that. We did hit just under 390 here on ADTX. 395 is probably the next take profit point. Yeah, it is. The psychology is definitely different. And the psychology is honestly the biggest part of day trading. It's not even the skill behind it. You have to, it's the confidence, right? You need the confidence. If you don't have the confidence, you cut trades quicker, you don't let things run as long, or you let things run too long. It could be like so many different things can go wrong if you're not in the right frame of mind. It never hit. Your stop never hit. Oh, that sucks. It might come back. This is a situation. If you're still holding it, I would say probably keep holding it unless it breaks down from that 200 EMA. If it breaks down from the 200, I would definitely cut. But you're so far down at this point that I would say there's likely you're gonna get pretty close to your stop level anyway. Unless we see a complete breakdown, but we're so overextended, I think it should probably start to move back up. Yeah, I mean, that's another way to go. You could lower your average on it. Try for a small win on the way back up or something, unless you happen to get a big win out of it, which would be great. Um, that happened to me once last year where a stop didn't actually trigger. I think it was because it halted down, but it didn't halt down far enough because I was trying to catch a knife. So it didn't halt down far enough to hit my stop, and then when it opened, it was already lower than my stop, and it just kept going down, and I didn't notice. I ended up with like a 14% loss. Maybe that was 2 years ago. I've been trading with you guys for a long time. It was like near the beginning of when I started trading. Um, yeah, it was FTFT. I know that. The volatility, yeah. On BBAI, I would say, okay, so like there's a couple things. You do have like a small support at that 151 level. Um, so if you're really risking it, you're averaging down, I'd say 150. If you're not averaging down, I'd say probably put it at like 152 because you don't want to have much more room below that for a stop. Um, so that's your two options. If you're going to average down, I'd put it down to 150, 152 if not. Ah, that sucks. Yeah, that's the other thing, right? Is the first thing if you're not a consistent trader yet is trade until you're green and then stop. And that could literally be like $5 green. It doesn't matter. It's just the fact that you're ending green. And if you can consistently do that, that's where the success comes in. It's not even about the money. It builds your confidence that way. And that confidence kind of leads you to playing with it like it's a paper account in the sense that you're not so emotional about it. Really, really helps. That SNTI drop though. So they're really the only thing left is ADTX, but we're not hitting much higher than that 385 level. HPCO not doing a whole lot. ATXI. Yesterday I told you on the PEPG and it flies after low flow stock. This crazy when it moves. Yep, I've been hearing the terms about volume profile. I've been hearing the term about volume profile. Yeah, I mean, some people use volume profile to determine levels of strength and support resistance and stuff like that. But it's it's just a way of trading. If you like trading that way and you like that indicator and you're finding it useful, then use volume profiles. If not, then don't. I personally just use regular volume. Um, that's about it. Besides that, I did try Bookmap and it is useful. I like the way it does it, but I also really don't because it's not candles anymore, it's bubbles. So it's weird. Um, so like I did find it useful, but I also found it too weird to keep using it. Yeah, see, like we're having a lot of mixed feelings here on BBAI. We're seeing a lot of like downward pressure, we're seeing some upward pressure. Like it doesn't really want to move from this area, which is probably a good thing right now. Big part of Wyckoff trading strat. That sounds like a question for Scotland. I'm pretty sure that's the strategy that he uses. I do not use that strategy, but you could very well be right. Mark does it as well. Yeah, that's it's not a bad strategy. It's working well for Scotland. I know that. There you go. Yeah, see, I'll never touch it then. I don't like supply and demand zones. Although I can't remember what the indicator is called, but you can have the volume bars on the side. Is that just volume profile? Anyway, that kind of gives you supply and demand zones, I suppose. Hoping to see $4 here on ADTX. Hey, I'll take it. SNTI back up, had a nice fall down to that 193 level. Not really too much in terms of support there. I mean, I guess like right at $1.92 there was some support, but it seemed like a pretty quick bounce. ADTX, nice little bounce. So we're almost at that 390 area again. If you're not wanting to hold for much longer, you could probably cut here, and this would be a half decent cut. We might get, yeah, I was gonna say we might get to $4 fairly quickly off that. We came very, very close there, so hopefully I'll manage to squeak out some extra profits there. Yeah. Yeah, it's a cheat way, I agree. And definitely my way. I hate drawing supply and demand zones. I find that it takes too much time for what it depends on like the stocks you're playing to, right? I play penny stocks and they change every single day. So having to get up and chart supply and demand zones on penny stocks just seems like a huge waste of time. So I prefer to stay away from that. Like maybe on ES, if I was a little more serious about futures, I would maybe do it, but even then I'm okay doing it the way I'm doing. I just need to stop being stupid most of the time and I'll be fine. All right, ADTX. Let's see that actually hit $4. And let's see this one actually start to move as well. BBAI could and should make its move up here fairly soon. So what I'm seeing here that I don't like is that we have MACD starting to climb without any price action, which could be leading to another fall. So that kind of worries me a little bit. Do I trade OTCs? No, I don't trade OTCs. I've never really been great at that. I mean, like, I've I've played OTCs before, but not like day trading them, more like YOLO holds and see if I can make like 1,000% gains off it. I like looking pretty good. 279 to 320, so it's got an okay range to it. Price action's a little off, but it's not that far, so it's playable. I wouldn't say that I would jump in on it right this second. SNTI reaching new highs here. We actually hit that 210, 215 area, so I'm gonna take the rest out. We're high enough that I don't know if we'll go higher, so I'm very much okay with taking the profit that we have on the table and walking away with it, especially after this big dip. I was kind of anticipating hitting stop on it, but you know, wasn't quite there yet. Yeah, BBAI breaking down, unfortunately. According to Wyckoff, became a short at 840. So I'm assuming, are we talking, I don't know what time zone that is, but like 1340? Is that what we're talking about? May end that cycle soon. Yeah, it could. Like to me, this looks like it could definitely still come back, but like if your stop out is supposed to be 163 and you're already at 150, that's far enough down that I would just I'd be too worried and I'd cut it. S&T dropped that hard again. Look at that. Went from 214 all the way down to $1.97. ADTX hit a high there of 397 or 398. You're short QQQ. Nice. Pre-market. PM peak. Yeah, well, I mean, it would be right. Would have been good to take a short opportunity there because it would have been able to get it down to at least 157. Would have been sweating a little bit with the climb, though. If I held past that. ATXI climbing. Beat dropping. SNTI not doing anything. Yeah, ATXI looks like it might go here. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, BBAI for a long-term trade doesn't look too hot right now, unless you're shorting. Especially since there's not really anything in terms of support around this area. If we break down, I mean, you're looking at a pretty nasty drop. Like if we go back to the 5 minute, yeah, you could be looking at a drop down to that 135 level. And BBAI is curling. Yeah, it could be. Bottom band is indicating it should start to move up a little bit here. I'd like to see some more volume pick up, though. It looks a little shy right now. ADTX almost 399. It's so close to that $4 mark. HPCO finally coming back a little bit here. ATXI looking good. Gonna see some resistance here at this 735 area, maybe a little bit more at 750. Beat could be a play off of VWAP if you want to take something that's going to move slow. I am currently out of all trades, and I'm out of trades, so yeah, I'm not I'm not able to take anymore. But if I saw something that was a really good opportunity, I would definitely call it out. ADTX could be a good opportunity off of this VWAP, but we're very close to that zero threshold, so that would keep me from getting in right this second. And trading chat. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, for sure. Would I buy in on BBAI? I would wait for a confirmed uptrend before I bought into this because I am still a little concerned it could continue dropping. So I'd wait to see if it can break through maybe 156, 157. If it starts to do that and still looks like it's got a lot of strength, I might jump in and say, okay, we might be in a recovery back up to like the 170 area. You're salty about ATXI. Why are you salty about it? It's fine. Like the first trade, or did you miss a second trade? One trade gets you. That's so hard to read. What is that? Oh man. Yeah, like all good trades and then one trade that really just killed it. Yeah, the rest of them look pretty decent. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, yeah, swinging is a whole different ball game. Yeah, BBAI. So this is probably the area that we should start to see it pick back up if it is going to. Swing, it's hard, right? And I've been trying to get back into swinging a little bit. Like I've been saying I look at the penny stocks, I'm like, okay, this looks like it's the beginning of a uptrend or something, and then like, okay, if I'm looking at that, here's the next support area. So if it drops down, I'll pretend to get in here. This will be my stop loss. This is my price target, and so on. And it never works. It never works. It's just a crappy market for it. I'm also not a professional swing trader or anything, but it's hard. It's hard to do that right now, especially with the Feds talking like every couple days, and it's never anything good. There's 160, 162. But notice how I was 1 cent off with the stop loss again, like I always am. Drop down to 149 instead of 150. Every time. Let's see here. ADTX is looking good. I would consider buying it on ADTX. This looks like it could potentially go for another run here. We did take a little bit of dip from that VWAP, but you know what? That MACD looks like it's curling. If we see a little bit more volume, it could be good. SNTI is another option. It hasn't really broken this. It it does like have a downward slope to it. So it's kind of looks like a downtrend, just a volume spike there. How do you swing? It's like you hold it a couple days. I'm not sure really what the question is there, other than how I swing, which is just looking at things and saying, okay, like on a daily scale, like if I look at this on a daily scale, like this could be a proper swing opportunity, kind of, other than this big gap here going from like, the 120 to the 180 area. Like you don't really see much resistance until you hit that 223 area, and then you might see some at 260 or something. But like stuff like that, something simple like that, you can say, okay, like this could continue to go over the next couple days. Sold most of it. Okay, there you go. All right, cool. Yep, you saved yourself there, so that's good. What would stop be for ADTX? For ADTX, okay, so for this one, you probably want to make sure it doesn't break into the next low. So if you're buying in, 370, 365 would probably be a good stop. I mean, you might get away with like a 367 stop, but that's basically what you'd be looking at for a stop on that. All right, so we're basically out of time for the day. So I'm going to go over our trade tracker. We made 280 bucks today, so not bad. I mean, it's slow growing, that's for sure. But at this rate, if next month is a little bit better, we could actually hit 30K. I know it's gonna take some real good days to get there, but I think we could do it next month. We're sitting at a 78% win rate, which isn't terrible. 8 wins, 2 losses, so pretty decent there. Our profit today on our trades was 64%, so not bad. We took a pretty decent loss on that BBAI drop, and then one small loss on the HPCO. But besides that, yeah, today was okay. It was a little bit of a struggle, I would say. Hopefully, tomorrow's a little bit better, because I keep saying that, hoping we get another one of those like 145% days or something. It's Friday, so I don't have too high of expectations, but you never know. ADTX is looking good here. Every day is good. Well, there's better days, and then there's not so great days. But bad days are kind of hard to come by. I've had a couple bad days. Bad days as in like barely make any profit, or like teetering on the edge of red. But yeah, I'm gonna hop off, guys. Hopefully, you made some money, and I will see you guys again tomorrow. Take care, guys.